TTS. We do have a TTS coming in here.
Pancakes donated $200.
Thank you, man.
Is it morally acceptable to knowingly withhold information that would meaningfully impact consent in a sexual setting?
That's interesting.
Is deception acceptable in the context of sexual consent?
It seems to be a bit of a gray area, to be honest, on some of these things that I personally am not quite sure on. But, in the terms of the legal implications, morally, I think deception is always going to be wrong to varying degrees. But, and yes, certainly knowingly withholding information that would meaningfully impact consent would be morally unacceptable. Whether it rises to some sort of criminal or legal level is, I'm not sure.
Especially if you know, hey, if the person knew this piece of information, they would definitely not consent.
Yes.
But I'm not going to tell them. That's a serious problem.
If they know, but why would they want to be with someone? Oops, sorry. Why would they want to be with someone that they know is going to hate them when they figure out who
Because
they
people
are?
are weird.
Because
They go, I told you like trans people.
I just
and
don't.
there's this weird vengeance about it.
I don't think I've ever heard of a real life scenario of that actually happening.
Well, okay, so if you're a trans woman and you're attracted to men, most straight men don't want to fuck trans women.
Okay.
But
you can't.
But wait, just
and they don't have to.
Hold on. Well, yeah, but
then why would you say it's okay to withhold?
Wait. Can I ask you a
If they
question?
didn't.
Do you think men, like straight men, sometimes lie to women about their long-term intentions to get in furtherance of getting laid?
Yes.
Like, so for example, a girl's might be like, listen, I'm looking for something serious. And by the way, I think this is wrong when men do this. The man might be like, oh yeah, of course, babe, I want a girlfriend. I'm looking for something.
That happens all the time.
It happens all the time. And I do think it's wrong, right? It's wrong.
I mean, it's wrong, but it's also like not that big of a deal. Like it's fucked up.
I think it's a huge deal.
I think it's bad.
I've had that happen to me so many times. It is not that big of a deal.
Wait, you don't want a relationship though.
No,
so why
but
would
I
you
still
care?
hang out with people, and then they'll be like, "Oh, I want to hang out with you more. I want to take you on a date. I want to treat you right," and then I just say
And
no.
then they hit, and okay, so.
But I say no. That's not them saying no. I want that to be clear.
Well,
I don't want to.
You're the bad person then.
I am a bad person. I'm a
really
terrible
quick,
person.
So just to be clear, so you don't think that there's anything
I think
wrong?
it's amazing that you think you're so cute right now.
I
just
I
think
want to
that's
go
so
home.
amusing.
I want to go to bed.
That's just so amusing that you both think you're so fucking cute.
Because you guys are flat out wrong.
What are we wrong about when you can't even directly answer
I have a
any of the
question. It's a good
questions that have been
question.
asked for the past
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so
The
let's
attitude
say
is
Brian.
amazing.
Let's change the
Especially when
situation.
you're
Brian takes a trans person home, doesn't know that they're trans, winds up having sex with them. Then he decides that he's gonna punch them and beat the shit out of them because they didn't tell him and they raped him. Right?
That is not rape. That is assault.
Is Brian accountable at that point for a hate crime and assaulting that person, a transgender, a protected whatever, because of what happened, because he's angry and lashed out because they didn't tell him the truth and then they violated him?
That's not rape, and that is automatic.
It's not rape, but it's deception and it's sexual assault.
I would probably.
It's not sexual assault, but him beating the shit out of someone would be
Even
assault.
if somebody
That would be
has
assault.
treaded on you, I would still probably be found guilty of some sort of assault or battery or something. Even in that
I hope you
situation.
would never do that.
Now, but I do think, even for the trans person's own safety, it would be beneficial to them to actually do a disclosure to prevent them from I could see some men being like, whoa, you basically induced me into a homosexual act. Some men might become violent in that situation. Now, look, I don't think you should. That's a terrible situation to be in. You should cover your bases. You probably shouldn't be assaulting people in that situation. I wouldn't be surprised if it happened, though.
Yes.
If a trans person duped some straight person into sex, you got to watch out for yourself as a trans person. You might get your fucking shit
I've
rocked.
never seen a trans person that it hasn't been pretty well known that they're trans. I feel like most trans
But
people
we're
say
talking
they're
about-
trans and you can tell that they're trans.
Okay,
I don't think
but-
I've ever seen one
But it's
transgender
okay,
person
wait,
that
I'm
I'm
sorry.
But exploring
I'm
a
sorry.
scenario
Blair
where
White.
exploring a scenario where, because you were asking why does it matter?
Yeah,
well,
why?
because if everybody thought like you, straight men would be getting duped into having sex, and your position is trans people have no duty or obligation to disclose. That's your position. That's why it matters, because I don't want to fuck. No offense, I don't want to fuck a trans person. I like natural pussy.
Can
To
I
put
just
it
add
bluntly.
something real quick?
Yes, natural pussy supremacist.
You should add that.
Let's say hypothetically I was into women and match someone on an app, met them at a bar, who cares? Talking to you for a while, we start to get intimate, and you whip out a fucking dick.
Then you have every right to leave. That's
wait.
No,
Oh my
it's
God.
not
Wait,
just
wait.
every right to leave.
much
You know
longer do you think
how
we're gonna be
fucking
here?
scary that was me, like as a woman,
Wait.
to just think that I'm going into something, and now there's this huge dick flopping in my face or something.
Ooh, that's good, Lexi. I have something on that, Lexi. That's good, Lexi.
And it's scary. Like, if I were into women and suddenly you pull your pants down and I see a dick, I think I'm gonna get fucked up. I'm scared. I don't know what's going on. You deceived me. Absolutely not. And just because I'm a woman doesn't make it more scary. If a man goes out with what they think is a woman, who too pulls a dick out, it's scary.
Sword
Yeah,
fight.
wait, on that, you're lesbian,
Hashtag sword
right?
fight.
Yes.
You're lesbian. So your point was that the trans people have no duty to disclose. Is that correct?
Yes.
Is it possible that a sex act could occur in the dark where, for example, like you would agree that, say, this trans person that's super passing and they are post-operative and they have a vagina and we're getting down to business in the dark and I might not even be able to, would it still bother you if they were pre-operative? I should frame it like that.
I feel like all these situations are so hypothetical because you will never.
Yes, that's how you test the logic.
But
Answer the question you'll never get through it.
You'll never pick someone up that is trans and you will not know that they are
That's
trans.
not
That's a lie. That's an actual lie. That's a literal lie.
Wait, but so just for the sake of moving things on, engage with the hypothetical.
Okay, what's the hypothetical? I forgot. I'm
Okay,
tired.
so is it conceivable that I could this trans woman could be pre-op? How do I?
So they have a dick, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this plays out a little differently in the scenario I'm about to give, but
It's giving.
because it's a bit different. The physiology is a little different. Let me use the post-op one. Okay, so post-operatively, it's dark. Could it be possible that I engage in a sex act with a trans woman without knowing that she's trans?
Would you ever sleep with someone without having a relationship with them? Like, would you just have a one night stand? Like, is this a situation?
Let's grant it for the sake-
It's a one night stand, or like this is someone you've been like going out with? That's my only
One-night
question.
stand.
If it's a
But
one night stand,
it's baked in that we're talking about a scenario in which a trans person is not disclosing.
I feel
That's
like
the scenario.
What about in the case of a BJ? What if the trans woman gives you a BJ and later you find out that's a dude?
We'll go there, but really quick, let me just get an answer on that.
I forgot what you said.
Okay,
I'm
so
sorry, I'm tired.
Okay, so is it possible that I could end up having, without there being a disclosure and not knowing, could I end up having like sex with the post-op trans woman? So they have a vagina.
Yes, in this hypothetical
Yeah,
situation.
so I could
yes.
insert my penis into their inverted fucking gay. I could insert my penis into their fake neo vagina. That's not it's just a fucking.
Inside
Ooh.
out rectum.
Yeah.
Or testicles. I forget
That's
which.
possible, right?
But
So she's you're lesbian, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Inside out.
So would you have some sort of objection and you realize like maybe you're not like getting handsy with the trans person beforehand, right? So could it be possible then that same scenario that I painted, she's with a pre-operative trans woman and that trans woman, she's a lesbian by the way, that trans woman slides a penis into her vagina.
That would not.
It could definitely happen.
It can.
It could definitely happen.
It has. I know some. Like, what's upsetting me
Wait,
is like I
hold
know.
on. It could happen.
I feel like if that were to happen, the other party would have had to be incredibly intoxicated to not notice that their partner had a penis before they put it inside of them, and in that case, that
No,
would
you
be
could
rape.
just be making out and think,
And then all of a sudden, there's just a dick that's inside of you. That's not how it works. Like,
Yes,
what do you?
you could be like grinding
Women often
and
wear
then
dresses.
something
It's not
sort of
like you would
there
have to
wasn't
take a lot of
there.
stuff
It sounds like you guys have never had sex because a penis doesn't just come out of the pants and go immediately into a vagina.
You've never
like,
had
It literally does do that.
No, you can see it.
It
You're
happens
not-
to me almost every day. What are you talking about?
It's
The penis
crazy
comes
though.
right out and goes right in. Yes, that's how it works.
So do you
What do
think
you mean?
trans
You
women
would see it before that happened. You'd be like, wait, stop.
Not if
I'm
you're
not
in
into
the
that.
dark
If
and
you're
you're
in the
laying
dark.
next to each other.
crazy. Absolutely crazy.
You've never just been spooning a guy and then just.
But you would feel a boner, wouldn't you?
would you?
So it's a
Sometimes
woman,
not
but
until
you can
it's in
see that
there.
it's not.
Wait,
I'm very
but question:
interested.
has
Like,
a
with these contradictions.
has a lesbian been raped?
A lesbian?
She
I'm
doesn't.
sure a
She
lesbian.
does not want a penis inside of her. but it's a trans woman who's
If this happened and she did not want a penis inside of her and she did not consent, then yes, that would be rape. But I just don't think that would ever happen.
Only rape if it happens to the girl.
No, because
If it happens
also,
to
how
the
do
guy,
you know?
it's not.
Okay, how do you know that as a lesbian, that lesbian even likes penetration?
Oh my
Because
God.
at that,
We're saying
Okay.
you weren't expecting
No,
it.
no,
You
but
think
what I'm
you're-
saying-
You think you're spooning with your lesbian girlfriend. You know, you're spooning.
So
She's
crazy.
behind you, and you think you're cuddling, and she's rubbing your back, and then suddenly, you know, just because you're naked. You know, you're naked in the bed, and you're spooning, and then just whoop, oopsie. Yeah. What if that happens?
I'm
I think that you guys are the ones that have never had sex. You
This is so irrelevant though. Like I've never had sex with someone before. Like if I was going to have sex with someone, I would know if they did or did not have a penis.
Not
You
necessarily.
would know.
How would you not? How would you know if they had never got?
I promise you, I know in real life, seen them in the flesh, in a bikini, couldn't find the very large penis
Some of
that
them
they
are
had.
really good at.
I don't know how
They have
you, I don't know
videos
where it
online
goes.
showing you how to
Rowers
tuck
not
it and
showers.
tape it. Yeah.
It's that
No,
simple.
there was no not showing, honestly.
I do
And
want
then-
to I do want to move it on a little bit, but just to be clear, your guys'
estrogen too, it gets small.
your guys' position on this is that it is in fact it's not gay for a man, two males to have sex.
If they're both consenting, no, it is not gay. Even if
Consent
it's
is
consent or
wait,
not,
wait,
no,
consent
it is
is
not
irrelevant.
gay. That is not gay because if
Okay.
it's trans, then
Really
no.
quick, let me walk through this again. So a man with a trans woman who's male, two males having sex. So homosexual means two males having sex or two females having sex. That's homosexual.
I think that
not
it has to do with gender. It's not with.
not, it's
No,
homo-
Sexuality pertains to sex, not
It's not
gender.
It would be homogenderal if we were talking about gender.
That's just not the modern day
okay.
we live in.
Well,
It
you
is.
guys are. That's crazy, dude. Crazy.
bedtime.
Okay.
Sleepy time.
What is a woman?
What is a woman?
Yeah. What is a woman?
Whatever the chromosomes are, I don't remember if it's the
Oh.
XX or the
Oh, it's not
XY,
just-
but whatever.
it's not just identity?
It's the chromosomes, and that is what a biological. Or are we talking about female?
said, what's a
women.
woman?
Woman would be someone that identifies as a woman.
A woman is somebody. A cat is a fucking cat. Okay. Super helpful.
my gender fluid cat.
I don't know
What
to
is a
tell
woman?
you.
I can't spay my cat. She identifies as a male.
What is a woman?
Like,
Wait. Just say it. Say it.
Everyone in this room right now, we're at this table besides you.
Okay.
No,
What
that's
is a
our Royal
woman?
Highness.
I think it can have multiple definitions. Biologically, it's with the X chromosome.
XX chromosome
Yes.
is female. X,
Exactly.
Y
So-
is male.
Biologically, yes.
Biologically.
But I don't agree
So a
with the
man
fact.
can't become a woman then.
Biologically, no. But trans people know this. They know that they know the biology.
Some don't.
How?
I've never met a transgender person
How
that
they not
wasn't
know the
aware that their
biology?
biology is.
If two
live under a
males
rock. I don't know what
have
to say.
But if
sex,
someone feels like a woman, they
Why
are
the
a
fuck
woman.
do you guys care
Why
so
is
much?
it my
Like, why is this even a topic
Because-
of conversation?
Why don't you
Why
care?
don't you
Because
care?
obviously you guys are never
It's
like
not my
you're married.
business.
I don't know if you have a boyfriend. I don't remember.
You didn't pay attention. It's fine.
But either way, like you
why
guys.
do you care is not an argument.
if it makes
It
them
is, because
happy
why
and it
does it
makes
have
them
anything to do with
comfortable?
you?
Why can't you just
I'll
be
give
an
you
adult and have
wait,
a
wait.
conversation?
Oh my god. Okay, I tried to give you when you asked that. I gave you one reason,
Yes.
which is I would want that to be disclosed because I'm a heterosexual male. I date women. If transgender women are women, I don't want to date
How
a
often do you
transgender.
ran into one though? Like, what is the chances
would-
of this
it wouldn't
scenario
matter.
coming to
It wouldn't matter.
fruition?
You
It wouldn't
care about all
matter.
kinds of stuff that doesn't affect you.
No, but
You have
also-
cared about
chances
things
of
Wait,
all
wait,
coming into fruition?
podcasts
On-
long that don't affect you
On
personally.
dating apps.
So what?
On dating apps, I'm not on dating apps anymore, but tons of trans women on dating apps, tons. And it's conceivable that a straight man could be duped. I'll give you a few other reasons why it matters. Yeah, kids should not be getting fucking hormones and puberty
That's so
blockers.
fucked.
Leave the fucking kids alone. They don't belong in the sports. And
They don't belong
truth.
in women's bathrooms or women's spaces.
And the truth matters inherently.
Yes. If we can't agree on reality, we've got big problems, and we're seeing that right now.
why are you so sure that it's improbable for this to happen, but also unsure of the stats behind it?
Because I haven't done research on it.
You haven't.
Mike.
Oh, sorry. I haven't done research on it.
So my question was, how are you so sure?
She's
Because
not.
of my real life experience. None of you have ever
Your
had this
real
situation happen. How
life
many people are
experience does not equate to the
When
rest
did
of
I
the
say
world.
I haven't?
Are
you listening at all?
I'm severely doubting that that would happen to
I
you.
don't care what you doubt because you don't know anything at all besides what's trending on Twitter.
I've never
okay?
heard this happen to anyone in my entire
So,
life.
okay, wait, question for you.
I don't
Question
care.
for you, real
I don't
quick.
care. It's not my problem.
It's fine that you don't care. I have a question for you, though. How many transgendered confirmed people have you met in... This is a two-parter, okay?
In my life?
How many confirmed transgender people have you spoken to physically?
I think 3.
How many transgender people are there in the world?
No fucking
Does anybody want
Exactly.
I would go
I'm
to
down
bed.
for pizza.
pizza?
I'm down for pizza.
Pizza?
Can't eat gluten.
Of course.
I know.
Shocker.
Oh boy. Pizza? Pizza?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Rachel?
I'll have a piece. I love
Okay, I'll
pizza.
order some.
Probably, I think.
Okay.
How much longer do you think we're going to be here?
I don't know. We'll see. We have some chats.
I have to drive home after this,
Don't
and I've
worry
been
about
driving
it.
since
Hey,
6 a.m.
Read this for me, please.
All right. Jamo Juice donated $100. Brian and Rachel would love to hear your opinions and guests. Being called a misogynist today is like being called a witch in the past. Impossible to prove. Give your proof? I think so. Burn.
I'll give like a 10-second response to this. Jama Juice, thank you for that. I mean, I think it's basically just a convenient labeling. It's very easy to just throw out sexist, racist, transphobic, all these sort of buzzword labels as a method to kind of tear down your opponent without actually forwarding any proof or evidence for the claim. And it's just, it can be effective, at least for that side of the political aisle.
Yeah. Brian nailed it.
Yeah, that was
Mic drop.
very well
Boom.
articulated.
We have Jama Juice. Again, he asks if you can read this one. Oh, is it the same one? Being called a misogynist nowadays is similar to being called a witch. Oh, you sent it twice. Well, Jama Juice, thank you very much for the duplication.
Wanted to make sure you saw it.
W's in the chat for Jamo Juice. Jamo Juice. Welcome. We got Pasty George here if you can read this.
Fake kitty cat is not only fucking gross and an abomination to nature, but is also completely disrespectful to biological women. Agree. Brian's ear to the fake kitty was funny as hell. LMFAO.
I feel like I have something for, I don't know, I can't find it. Yeah, no, that is, I do want to say.
That's fucking disgusting.
I don't know how you could call another human disgusting. I just think that's so fucked up.
What about pedophiles?
Pedophiles are disgusting. Humans, but you're putting transgender people and pedophiles on the same level?
No, I'm not, but you're
You just called a transgender person disgusting and then said, what about pedophiles?
He said their fake vagina was...
He said the vagina was disgusting. The fake vagina
Well, I
are
think
disgusting.
deceiving a straight man into fucking you when you're a biological male, I find that disgusting.
Yeah.
I find it morally reprehensible. I think you have a duty to
being
disclose.
dishonest.
And I do
Like,
think.
you already said
now,
it was not
by
good
the
to
way,
be
just to be
dishonest.
clear, I don't have like hatred for trans people. I believe many of them suffer from a mental illness. Some of them do it for attention.
Yeah.
They have body, is it dysmorphia or
Dysphoria.
Dysphoria.
They have body or gender dysmorphia, and I don't want them to be attacked. I don't want them to get beat up. I don't want them to face any violence. I want them to maneuver in the world in a positive way, as positive as they can, and I hope good things for them. I have no resentment or hatred for these people. But if you're asking me in a situation where they could conceivably deceive somebody into having sex with them, or I would find it disgusting, for example, if a parent were to give their children in furtherance of gender affirming care, the hormones or whatever, or puberty blockers, that's disgusting. It's
The data
reprehensible.
that's come out on that now is like that shit's over because for a few years they could get away with saying, oh, we think that gender affirming care helps, and now we've got another 10 years of data showing that it's really, really bad as far as outcomes.
They're not even
Personally,
developed.
I'm very thankful that
Is
I
it
was
better?
born in 81 versus now because
Seriously.
at
I feel
5'10",
so bad for
I've
these
always
kids.
been a tall, skinny girl. I got teased
Yeah.
for having small breasts, and I could easily see if I was born today
Yeah.
Yeah.
that somebody would be, oh, you're in the wrong body.
yeah.
You
Yeah,
should- you
I
should
was
be
a
boy."
tomboy growing up.
Oh, I was
Like when
too.
I turned 10,
I got called
my
a boy
dad
a
told me
number
I
of
could get
times.
whatever haircut I wanted, and I got a buzz cut, and I acted like a boy, and I played with boys, and I had like a radical Marxist mom, and I think if it was 30 years later, she would have pushed me toward maybe being a boy. I don't know, but
I have the
yeah.
exact same experience. I was a tomboy growing
Yeah,
up too,
and I was super
yeah.
uncomfortable with my lady body till I was like 19.
I wore boys'
It took-
clothes.
yeah, me too.
Like,
And as a minor,
that's
if I wanted
normal.
to get
It's
a
normal.
breast augmentation, it would have been really hard to find a surgeon that would have done that to me as a minor.
Yeah.
You know, I think by the time I got to have my brain fully developed, I was like, yeah, you know, I'm good with what I
Yeah.
have, and you know.
Yeah.
All right, pizza's on its way. Okay, so let's blast through. We're going to move off the trans thing, but
Wait, do we have to pretend that surgically turning your genitals inside out and pretending that it's a vagina isn't gross, though?
That is not gross.
That's super duper
It's
gross.
disgusting.
They slice it. Have you seen them do it? Have you actually like looked up
Yeah.
the surgery
And
and seen it?
circumcision isn't gross then? If
It
that's
is
what-
gross.
That is gross.
against it.
But it's
So
even
once it's
worse
healed, is
to
it gross?
slice open a dick and flip it inside out, and then you got to stick stuff in there to try to keep it open, and it smells, and there's like all these problems.
Wait.
It's just
Ooh.
no.
And then
That's
the,
wait,
the
Rachel.
lasting
Wait.
lifelong pharmaceuticals you're gonna have to put in your body.
Yeah,
yeah.
Even take out the surgery, like that's not good
wait.
for you.
So okay, Rachel, you asked a really good question. So you have an objection to the like the genitalia preference.
Yeah.
I have an objection. What do you mean by that?
Well, so okay, you object to the categorization that it's gross. So what about this? What if I think it's a gross for me?
Then that's fine.
Well, hold on. What if I think it's gross for me to cross swords with not a trans woman,
Sword fight.
but a dude?
sword fight.
Like I would think it's gross to touch my penis to another dude's penis.
Then don't touch your penis to another dude's
No,
penis.
but is it
It's not a
okay?
penis anymore once it's a vagina.
No,
that makes no sense.
Is that okay?
Wait,
He's asking if it's
stop.
Still is though.
Listen to the question. This is not a trans person. This is a gay male.
Okay.
Is it wrong for me to find it gross for me to touch my penis to another man's penis?
Yes, you're allowed to think that is gross.
Okay.
Okay, so but you're saying it's not gross. So if that same penile tissue is inverted into a surgically incised hole in the man's pubic or the transgender woman's pubic area, it's still the same tissue, you agree,
It
right?
is the same tissue, but it's not
the
a penis
same-
anymore.
It's a
I
penis
don't
that's flipped
care.
inside out.
It's
It is
worse.
still a penis.
It's even
It's a
fucking
mutilated
worse.
penis.
Because it's like a hole with
a wound.
a wound, and it's like a wound. I'll be honest, this is gonna sound gay as fuck. I'd rather cross swords than insert into a hole like
I know you sword
a
fight in your
penis
free time.
hole. Like that's crazy,
To
dog.
me, it's
I'm so
on
sorry.
par with,
I hope
like,
you guys never run into
inserting
any
it into
these
like
situations.
a colostomy bag or something.
It's-
You know, it's like
yeah.
it's just the fact that anyone ever
Boy.
thought this could
I've
be normal.
I've
boggles
never
my
even
mind.
heard trans. Like we've had like leftists and like liberal and trans people, or well, we've had like 2 trans people on the show.
Girl like to destroy his strands.
Yeah, yeah. I've never heard someone like actually go
Gorlap
to this.
was not as hardcore as you.
I've never heard someone go to. Wait, would it be wrong for me to reject a trans person because they're trans?
No. Because that is that if they disclose that they're trans and that's not something you want to do, then no.
Okay. All right. New topic. Let's see here. We're gonna blast through this as quick as we can. Let's see, Raven. You write. You would. Hold on. Let's do this actually. Maya.
Oh boy.
Wrong for a man to dump his girlfriend if she regularly turns him down for sex.
Yeah, because if you have a girlfriend, it's because you love them. It shouldn't just be because you want to fuck them.
It's a big part of it.
Well, and
Why
Grace,
not just be friends then?
wait, before we dive in, Grace, you also agree with the statement. Mariana, you agree with the statement. Wrong for a man to dump his girlfriend if she regularly
didn't
turns
agree
him.
with that.
You did circle the statement.
Oh, did I?
Okay,
I'm
so
so
do you want to
sorry.
take it back, Grace? But you do agree. Wrong for a man to dump his girlfriend if she
I
regularly
mean, I would
turns him
have to
down for sex.
understand more context. To the
Yeah, it needs more
situation.
context.
Okay,
Like-
here I'll give a hypothetical, and
Yeah.
the severity could be more or less, but The boyfriend, the woman is not sick. This wasn't just a one time, she's got the flu and she doesn't want to fuck. She's otherwise healthy, but they have sex one time per month, and he's brought it to her attention like, hey, babe, I love you, but listen, I have a high sex drive. I would like to have sex with you more frequently. And she's like, I'm just not, I've got a low sex drive. Now, of course, he should always respect boundaries and consent, but this isn't a conversation about consent. Is it justified or okay for a man to to break up with her girlfriend if she is not, I suppose, sexually satisfying him?
I think I probably misread that because I think sex is important in relationships.
Okay, so you're fine with it?
Yeah.
Does it change for you?
I think it's okay if they dump them, if that's their opinion, but I think it's fucked up. Like, I don't think it's correct, but if that's the decision they make, is none of my business.
What are the scenarios in which somebody can dump somebody?
It doesn't matter. It's their relationship. I have no.
But you just said it wasn't okay.
It's not
And now
okay
you're
in
saying
my
it doesn't
mind.
matter.
Like, it's in my mind that it's a fucked up reason
Wait,
to
can I
dump
ask you a
someone.
question?
Absolutely.
How about this? That scenario I gave, maybe you're like, well, the guy's being unreasonable in that. I don't think so. I'm dating a girl for a year. At the year mark, she fully stops having sex with me. Is it okay to, and she wants me to be monogamous to her?
Yeah.
Would it be wrong for me to cheat on her?
Yes, because you're cheating on her.
Okay, I don't think you should cheat on somebody. In that situation, I'd recommend somebody breaking up. Yeah, I'd recommend somebody breaking up.
If sex is that important to you,
of course, sex is important. But hold on. So okay, she fully stops having sex with me, and I've stayed with her for 6 months, hoping that we could. And we go to therapy, and I have conversations with her.
You're allowed to do whatever the fuck you want with your life.
But is it still fucked up for me to dump her if we haven't fucked for 6 months?
If that happened to me, I would be pretty upset. But other people's relationship have nothing to do with me.
Okay, let me. Oh my God, your position was it's fucked up to dump somebody because they are regularly turning them down for sex.
In my mind, yes.
Okay.
I would be upset if that happened to me.
Let's say I've been dating a girl for a year and we're both in love, and then she just, I don't know, she decides to stop having sex with me.
It happens a lot.
It happened to my best friend who was married.
I don't know because I've never been in that situation.
Okay, but you said it's fucked up. Is it still fucked up in that scenario?
In my mind, yeah. I feel like you love someone for more than their body. You love them because of who they are.
So then I am obligated to stay with this woman.
Needs in a relationship, though.
Well, then do it. I mean, that's not my problem.
Why
would you be upset?
I retract.
Wait, what about this? What if, take it a step further? It's not just
Billie Eyelash.
It's not just dating. What if, so I have a best friend who was dating a girl 3 years. Eventually they got married, and within the first 2 or 3 months of them being married, everything's gone. No more blowjobs, barely kissing, no sex, nothing. That is a very big switch up in a relationship. To say that sex is not important, and I'm probably one of the biggest prudes, is very inaccurate. You date someone for a reason. It's more than just a physical attraction. There's a sexual attraction there. What is the point of dating someone if there's nothing else after that? For me, maybe it's a traditional point of view, but I'm not going to date Brian for a couple of months and be like, on to the next. I'm going to date Brian because I want to be in a committed relationship, see where it goes, have a family, all the important discussions. And if Brian puts a ring on my finger and suddenly it was just like, fuck this sex, it's never going to happen again. What do we take vows for? What have we been, what changed
also,
in the relationship?
That's a horrific form of rejection. That's a very painful rejection.
I think more for a man than a woman too.
Well,
a little bit.
It happened to me in my first marriage for a while. And it was extremely painful for me. And I thought, I'm very young and I'm going to have to go the rest of my life. I can't do that. What am I supposed to do?
See, I was on the other side of it. I did that to somebody.
Oh.
And I started sleeping in the other room, and I was going through my own shit and blaming them for everything and just in victim mentality.
So you were it wasn't just the sex, you were mad at them for other reasons.
It was, I was just not looking at things I was doing, and I was blaming them, and I was villainizing them, and then it turned into I'm no longer sexually attracted to you. I'm going to go sleep in the other room, but I'm going to say that I have a backache type of situation.
What did I miss? Did I miss something?
She's gonna marry you.
Who?
If you put her
We're getting married.
she
I have
expects some
a-
D, Brian. She wants that steady vitamin D if you're going to put a
I do
ring on
have.
it.
Oh, look, like just my size. Perfect.
Gotta do the music. There you go.
Thank you.
Lexington. Will you marry me? Okay. All right. We do have a TTS coming through. Hold on, let me let that come through. Thank you, Based Justin.
Justin donated $200.
Thank you, Justin.
C2 has clearly not evolved past clump of cells, let alone a frontal cortex.
Ooh.
Please make sure she's not ever responsible for anything at all, except for blowing a whistle at ice vehicles. Godspeed, girl.
Did you do that?